Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about My Hero Academia's new chapter, which is on chapter 393. Now, this chapter right here looks like to me we are getting closer to that ending of the fight between Toga and Ochako. Although, I don't know, if it's really going to end or how it's gonna go out because we haven't reached that certain confirmed conclusion. Although I will be honest, I do criticize certain dialogue here and there. Everything else seems okay, etc. With only a little bit of the halfway portion to the chapter. Other than that, but we could talk about that when I'm done recapping or summarizing it, or in a long and short, detailed way. We get to see Toga's past with Twice and the others asking her about a villain name. People her crewmates were trying to convince her to try to choose a villain name, but she says she doesn't want one. Even Dabi even talks about it, but Dabi is known to be known as cremation, only to pound it to the masses. I don't know. But we have to it that Shigaraki makes a theory about having identities here and there, but that aside, that doesn't really matter much here and there because it's just ways to adapt themselves to code names. Eventually, I don't need such a thing. I think they're cool, but no need for it. And we have to it that Himiko decides that she'll live her life as Himiko Toga. That's it. And we go back to present time after Toga stabs Ochako in the or Uravity in the stomach region, but that gives Uravity to finally tap Toga and make her float whatsoever. And we have to it that Toga says out loud that so what, you can use whatever pretty words you like, but aren't you trying to lock me up so they can execute me? And if it doesn't work out, you'll just kill me like how you did to Jin-kun. This is a battle for survival. No way you're gonna convince me otherwise. And of course, Ochako says that's how most people will see it, etc. But we have to it that Himiko Toga says if it's not pity, it can only be ego, and you're going to die and you should die like a hero whatsoever, and so forth. And rampaging around this power is already rampaging out of control very badly right now. Even many heroes are trying to struggle to try to stay alive right now. I don't know. But one thing's for certain is that the news reporter is actually watching this right now and says she never seen anything like this. But as she also talks about it on the news, saying as the generations go by, they're bound to get stronger and harder to control. The court doomsday theory, we whispered about it for years, is happening, but this is the day it's happening today, as we see Himiko Toga's quirk going out of control with Twice's quirk. And even says right now, a girl and her feelings can change the world. We had to it, Himiko Toga orders her clones to go after Uravity and kill her. We have to it that Uravity uses gun-head martial arts and making everyone float whatsoever. We had to it, Toga screams out loud, all you ever did was made us float. It's not like you managed to hurt us. And we have to it, Uravity says, zero gravity is never meant for hurting people. And we have to it that Toga remembers the words of what Ochako says, saying that I will never feel happy about dropping a person out of the sky or killing someone. And we have to it that Uravity remembers about about Himiko Toga's words about if it's not pity, then it can only be ego. And Uravity says I agree, and I can't pretend that you haven't killed those people on purpose, but when I see your face, I can't help wonder what you turned out like this. It's like your world turned upside down, like something that made you look very sad. I don't understand that. And Toga screams out, that was your fault. That was everything your fault right there. And then Uravity says, yeah, I get it, but you gotta listen to me. When I first time met you, I didn't understand you, and I was really much afraid. How can you smile so genuinely when you're in the fight? And we have to it. Toga gets mad and tells her to shut up, and she remembers Jin's words saying, kill as many people as you like so you become whoever you like. And we had to it. Toga's saying, is thinking in her mind, stop making that face, and then so forth. And Toga's why won't you just die already? That kind of thing. But we have to it that Uravity declared that I already pushed you away once, and I know this is your ideal world, etc. And we have to it that Uravity therefore thinks in her mind of like what Himiko Toga said to her, that it could only be ego, you know. But that aside, we had to it. She she thinks in her mind how she's seen so many happy faces whatsoever, and Uravity tells Himiko Toga out loud, like, you should never try to hide your feelings of that face of yours. You got such a lovely smile. I envy you. Okay, this is one of the things that people criticize or they cringed on, which I do agree. It's just like I don't know what it is that that's pretty strange, you know. But we had to it, you know, after that dialogue, you know, about like, you got such a lovely smile. I envy you, you know. And this caused Himiko Toga to actually cry and thinks about some kind of sort of deviant. And we have to it that like Uravity says, I won't pretend that I didn't see you smile. And all of a sudden, when it came to Uravity's ability, it all of a sudden somehow becomes like, when she touches something, it ends up somehow being connected to everything else that was touching her or touching it, you know. And all of a sudden, it makes everyone float right now. I don't know. But we have to it eventually that like even Jiro says, hey, we're floating, but Uraraka didn't touch us. How is she affecting people she didn't touch? And so forth. So I don't know how it works out, but I guess she awakened her quirk, I guess, because I guess she's at that point of near death, or her emotions gotten the best of her in times of stress and not giving up. It's like what happened with Himiko Toga. I know quirk awakening is really confusing here and there. You get the idea. I don't know. But one thing's for certain is that like that the ending of the chapter ends up with Uravi saying, I can't pretend you commit those crimes and I won't validate them. But if you feel like talking to me even a little bit, then I'll give you my blood for the rest of my life. I want us to talk about romance, Himiko-chan. And the chapter ends up with like Ochako ends up with a small image of Ochako and with the child of Ochako and child of Himiko and Ochako, child of Ochako. Okay, sorry. The chapter ends off with the image of a child of Ochako offering a child Himiko her arm for blood, you know, offering her blood. I don't know, but yeah. Sorry for making that way worse cringe than ever. So, in other words, in this chapter, without a lot of detail, I'm so sorry for making it too detailed here and there. Ochako and Toga continue their fight while Himiko Toga makes a giant rant of how screwed up everything is, and of course Himiko Toga sends her clones to kill Uraraka. Uraraka, on the other hand, does not give up and tries to convince her through talk no jutsu, which has been happening a lot lately. But you know, the dialogue and her power is like, and like I said, and when it comes to freaking like Uravity's power, I guess that's her quirk awakening. I mean, I had a feeling it might involve something where where it will involve she doesn't have, the moment she touches something, she doesn't really have to touch the person directly as long as they're in range of her quirk, you know, to make them float. I had a feeling like that was going to happen eventually. I don't know, but that's just me. Maybe someone made that theory up. Maybe someone made that other theory before me, so I can't really take credit for it. So yeah, I don't know. But one thing's for certain is that the dialogue, when it comes towards the very end of Himiko and possibly Uravity's fight, it was kind of cringe, you know. When she said, you got such a lovely smile, I envy you, and so forth. And this is where the other cringe dialogue involves, I want us to talk about romance, Himiko-chan. That's kind of a little difficult to try to get into, because it's really hard to like I said, it's really hard to understand that part right there. So pretty much I can understand that Uravity wants to help Himiko, but the dialogue was kind of cringe. So pretty much, I understand why people really hate this chapter, or they just don't like the dialogue in this chapter. They go like, "What the heck is this? Are you really like Are you really putting it like this, Horikoshi? I don't know." One thing's for certain, until we get to the confirmation or conclusion to like Himiko and Uravity fighting each other, we can't say that it's completely over. Although like how one of the best parts of this chapter is like Uravity's like quirk maybe evolving a bit thanks to her power, like possibly awakening, I don't know whatsoever, but one thing's for certain is that like it's pretty cool. Now for the dialogue when it comes to like when it comes to Ochako and Himiko, it was pretty cool until like towards the end, you know. And it starts off with like "You've got such a lovely smile, I envy you," and then I want us to talk about romance. Himiko-chan, I'm like I wish the dialogue could have been put a little better. I mean like I think it would have been better like I think there could have been much better dialogue for Uravity to say to Himiko, you know? And I can understand why they say they want Himiko to die or to be killed, you know, because this fight is dragging on, but whatsoever. And yeah, I understand the ending dialogue about "I want to talk about romance, Himiko-chan." It kind of made me a little iffy. I'm like, oh, come on, man. There are better ways how to handle that, you know? It's like I see why people didn't like that dialogue with Jiro against Ulf 1. "You made my friends cry. I don't give a freaking thing," you know? That kind of thing. I don't know. One thing's for certain is that until we get that conclusion, you know, we'll have to see how this turns out, etc. So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So, I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.